Canada's most accurate forecast. This is News 8 at 6:30.
I hope this closes and seals the door to any future events at Swami's Park forever.
After a wave of controversy, a surf championship happening at Swami's is officially wiped out. The organizer canceled it this afternoon. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. For some North County surfers, Swami's Beach at the Self-Realization Fellowship is sacred ground, and there was a big push to keep this contest away.
News 8's Richard Allen is live at Swami's with that and the real reason it won't be held there. Richard?
Well, Carlo and Barbara Lee, since the 1960s, the city of Encinitas has not allowed organized public events to be held here at Swami's, and a lot of locals say to do so would open a Pandora's box of problems. Now today, plans to hold a major surf contest here were pulled, but the event's organizer says she was not caving in to public opposition.
I just think it would be a disaster.
A potential disaster now averted after the local organizer of the Women's World Longboard Championships decides not to pursue holding this October's event at Swami's.
Something told me this was the right thing to do. One contest a year.
Last week, Encinitas City Council voted to allow world-renowned surfer Linda Benson to seek a permit to hold the four-day competition here, a decision that created an uproar.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. I know it wouldn't.
Opponents say, along with no access for the disabled, an event like this would bring traffic, erosion, and parking problems to this otherwise pristine spot and would legally set a precedent for other large-scale events in the future.
This place has always been kind of spiritual, I think, to most people that surf here. And I think when you start bringing the hordes of people in, it takes away from a lot of that.
I have decided to not go forward.
Which is why Benson says she decided not to pursue Swami's, saying future events, not her own, could disrupt the peace and tranquility of the gardens of the Self-Realization Fellowship right next door. Nothing
is worth the risk to jeopardize the serenity and the peacefulness of this point.
A sacrifice the fellowship's leader says will benefit the entire community.
So this is a refuge, and to have a lot of events down there with noise coming up, it just wipes it out.
And Linda Benson says she hopes her decision not to pursue Swami's as the venue for this contest will help keep the beach off limits to other events down the road. Although keep in mind, technically there is no legal barrier to keep someone else from trying to pursue a city permit to hold an event here in the future. Barbara Lee?
All right, thanks, Richard. In the meantime, Benson says she will now pursue other venues in the North County to hold the Women's Longboarding Championship this fall.
A world-class surfing tournament at Swami's Surf Break may be canceled just last week. It appeared it would go on as scheduled, but now a dramatic about-face. KUSI's John Soderman is live at Encinitas with more on this story for us tonight. John?
Yeah, Alan, this is a pretty big tournament. It's called the Women's World Longboard Championship, and in the past couple of years, it's been held in France. But director Linda Benson, take a look. We're going to show you some video of Swami's. Wanted to see if she could hold it here at Swami's, which is not only one of the best surfing spots in the county, but in the country. But you know what? She had a change of heart, and here's why. It's very close to some very beautiful meditation gardens as part of the Self-Realization Center, and she was worried that the spectators, the increased traffic, would potentially damage this very pristine part of Encinitas. Bottom line, she basically deferred to the environment, to the very special places in Encinitas, as opposed to wanting to make a buck. And she made that announcement a couple of hours ago.
My sole reason for this decision is to keep this place where I'm standing, the Self-Realization Fellowship, safe from any future jeopardy. I do not want to risk the future serenity of the Self-Realization Fellowship by others who might take advantage of the precedent set by my contest.
Now, Swami's Beach has never hosted a public surfing event, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. We're coming live from Encinitas. John Soderman, KUSI News.
John, just out of curiosity, what was the vote on the city council for this event?
Well, actually, it was last Thursday, I believe, and the vote was 3-2, so it was fairly close. But there were some people who voiced opposition to the contest being held, and looks like those voices were ultimately heard.
All right, John. Thank you for that report.